When Dale Earnhardt Jr. had his retirement announcement in 2017, he practically said straight up that there was no way Jr Motorsports would ever go cup racing. Fast forward to 2021, Dale Jr. has had some talks about his team going cup racing in the near future. A lot of it has to do with the next-gen car, especially that it's going to be cutting costs down, which could also make it even more attracting for new teams to join. This year, we had 3 new teams join the Cup Series, and it looks like we already might have one for next season, with Colleague Racing looking to become a full-time team in 2022. Could Dale Earnhardt Jr. join Matt Colleague in becoming the next new batch of teams for next season? Well, Dale Jr. revealed this past weekend in Darlington that he's had conversations with the industry and whether it would work for JRM or not. Jr. also added that he feels confident in the ability to run a Cup program. But the biggest obstacles right now involve making the financial numbers work and, of course, acquiring a charter. I would say finding a charter would be a bit more difficult choice right now, especially if there are possibly a lot of new team owners looking to join. Could this happen? It's certainly possible. Heck, it would be the closest thing to a modern-day DEI, and I think Jr Motorsports can become a solid Cup Series team. Of course, Rick Hendrick is a co-owner of the Xfinity Series team for Jr Motorsports, but I'm pretty sure that he and Dale Jr. would be able to work something out. I mean, I don't think renting equipment is going to be an issue at all. I myself would love a Jr Motorsports Cup team, but only if Jr wants in on it. He says that this is a possible now or never kind of situation. Dale Jr. has done a fantastic job over the years scouting talent and helped develop future Cup stars such as Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and among others. So the one thing I do want to talk about here, and of course, please feel free to discuss down below whether you would like to see a Jr Motorsports Cup team. The last thing I will talk about is if Jr Motorsports were to go Cup racing in 2022, who would race for them? I have about 5 drivers that could possibly make good candidates. So my first driver is Justin Allgaier. Allgaier brings sponsorship with Brandt, and he has run in the Cup Series in the past. He did make one Cup start last year in probably the best equipment when he got to drive the number 48 in the 2020 Brickyard 400 when Jimmy Johnson was out after being tested positive for COVID-19. But unfortunately, his day ended short that day. Then again, Justin Allgaier may also be content with just running for an Xfinity championship. I don't blame him for that. He's doing pretty well this season. My second driver is Noah Gragson. There's a good shot that Gragson could become a Cup rookie next year, but I really don't know where he could wind up. All the Hendrick drivers are doing pretty well. Of course, Chase Elliott just won a championship. Maybe if Kurt Busch retires, then he goes to the one, or maybe JTG Daugherty Racing. It's really hard to tell. I don't really know where Gragson could go. But if Jr Motorsports is a Cup team next year, they could go with Noah Gragson as a young driver to build the team around. The third driver is Josh Berry. Josh Berry has proven himself in the short time he has ran with Dale Jr.'s Xfinity team. Of course, it might be more likely that he could be a full-time driver next year in the Xfinity Series if sponsorship can be found. He has a win under his belt, and of course, he almost got a second one this past weekend. You also have to think about Sam Mayer, who's probably going to be a full-time Xfinity driver here soon as well. Josh Berry could be a good candidate. I think he could be rightfully deserving, if not for the Cup Series, definitely the Xfinity Series. So number 4 is an interesting one. I'm going to put Matt DiBenedetto on this list. So we already know that he will be out of the 21 after this season and will be replaced by Austin Cindric. I did say in my 2021 predictions video that DiBenedetto could drive the 6 at Roush Fenway Racing next season if Ryan Newman were to retire. But it does sound like Newman may not be done yet, and not gonna lie, Roush Fenway Racing is actually looking kind of solid so far this season. So really, who knows? If Jr Motorsports goes Cup racing next year, I think Matt DiBenedetto would make a great fit for this team. And as for my last driver, this one is a huge long shot. But it's one of those things where anything can happen, and you never know. My 5th and final driver in this list, Brad Keselowski. Now, Brad is in contract negotiations with Roger Penske right now, and I'm assuming he's going to stay in the 2 and not go anywhere. But of course, he has had his frustrations with his teammates, especially Joey Logano, in the past. If he does not extend his contract negotiations and decides that he's going to go elsewhere, how cool would it be for Brad Keselowski to return to his roots, the team that gave him his big break and put him where he is now. Again, being a realist, I don't see this happening, but it would be really cool to see if Brad can help make Jr Motorsports a terrific Cup Series program. So those are my 5 drivers and my quick thoughts on a Jr Motorsports Cup team. Again, you know, the biggest thing for me is a charter and, of course, the financials. But I'm hoping with the next-gen car, it's going to help a lot of teams out, and the costs are going to cut down exponentially. And for someone like Dale Jr., who's now looking to join the Cup Series, after he has said many times before that he was not interested, now he is. So the next-gen car is certainly attracting people, which is what I think was NASCAR's intent. So with that being said, what do you think? Will Dale Earnhardt Jr. take his team to the Cup Series? How would it work? And who could you see driving for a Jr Motorsports Cup Series team? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked it, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you wish to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sonic Girls 831, and I will see you in the next video.